I love this class. I've taught it live. This is the first time I've taught it on Zoom. This dates back for me to the year 2000. That is a year I remember some friends of mine, Lori and Margaret, taking my level 2 class then. And it was a summertime, and it was the big change. We were told, we received a message through our guidance that the old astral plane was dead and gone, that had been destroyed. And that was part of our human evolution, to have the old astral plane gone, so that the new astral plane could do nothing but assist us in our evolution. You know, it's hard growing up in America and the world without hearing about ghosts, demons, curses, you know, all kinds of things that made the old astral plane seem very unsafe. And what I understand is, in limited ways, there are, whoa, that's, I don't know where that came from.
I had to turn my oxygen on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, please do.
Yeah.
In very many limited ways, we experience ghosts, because I guess there are people who decided to hang around as ghosts, but their ghosts used to be just a piece of a person, like a few percents, but now their ghosts are real beings who decided to hang around. But other than that, we're not really having ghosts unless we had the source or God or the universe, however we want to call that, decide we need to meet our old parents or somebody in a form, and they'll take that form. And nobody's allowed to curse anybody anymore. It used to be you could curse somebody and, you know, take a voodoo doll and a piece of their hair or something and make life miserable for them. That's simply just not allowed. Now, that doesn't mean people don't feel persecuted or cursed. It means if they do, they're just moving a memory of what that was for them in a past life. And when that's gone, the experience will be gone. Does that make sense to you, that we've let all that go? So I think if, as a healer, it makes me feel really safe. If somebody comes to me and they tell me that they're possessed by demons, I know they're not. You know, this is probably a memory, and then I can help vibrate that out. So that's the upside anyway. The other side is then all the things that we have to learn about our new astral plane, and that's really what practical magic is about. This is the unseen world that we have created, co-created, and this is where we're going to live. And we get to learn how to navigate it, influence it, create things to happen in it, all kinds of things. So practical magic is about that. And tonight we're really focusing on our bodies and how our bodies are in the unseen world, because part of our bodies are seen and part of our bodies are unseen. So that's what we're focusing on tonight. Clyde, I don't know if you know, but Clyde and I created what do I want to call it? A recording years ago to help people learn the new astral body, astral plane chakras, you know, the 25 chakras. And so he dug them out, and I listened to them Saturday, and I was just so thrilled with these recordings, because you know, I think it's a little overwhelming to try to memorize your 25 chakras maybe for some people, and this will get you into a deep state of relaxation and let you have the right to really remember in your subconscious mind. And so it roots the information really deep. So Clyde's going to figure out you're going to figure out a way, aren't you, for them to receive.
Yeah, I'll probably email it to everyone. And there's a part 1 and a part 2. And the file is so big that I'll send you part 1 first, then part 2.
Right.
And each one lasts about 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay. Thanks, Clyde.
Yeah.
So, since we're focusing on our body in particular, it's kind of funny for me to think of my body as an object, but our body is a manifested thing that we are living in and are living with. And one of the things I want you to, when you introduce yourself, is I want you to talk about how you're feeling and what you're thinking about your body as it is now. And you can talk about changes you want to make if you want to, or when you introduce yourself, I suppose, any thoughts or feelings you have about taking the class. I don't know that I think if you have questions all along, we'll see if we can work with that, and have you just ask as it comes up, because there's not a very big group, so hopefully we can do that without chaos. I was tired today. I just woke up from a nap, so I'm feeling pretty refreshed, actually. And I've had more energy in the last several weeks than I imagined I would. And seems to me my body's changing a bit for the better. And I don't know how to say that. I feel a little stronger. I certainly am still looking forward to the day that I see with 20/20 vision, and then I walk strongly without needing assistance in that way. I'm not there yet, but I feel in my internal core much stronger than I have. And so I believe that we're in the process of beginning to light up and fill our bodies with different kinds of new DNA. And that just started for me about 4 days ago. So I'm very happy to get the message from my guidance, but I'm happier to feel or imagine that this actually might be true, that I could be feeling things. And how we have along our parts of my skin, there's something, some kind of blemish or divot of different kinds, and I can feel mine are changing, like they're loosening up, or one of them's kind of almost falling off. So I thought, that's strange. So when it came close to the Minneapolis riots, I think it was 2 days after, some of you were on those Zoom calls where we did portal sailing, and portal sailing is a way to affect the astral plane and affect the planet. And then we set up a crystal grid. It's still underneath the pyramid in my basement. And I do feel like the malevolence of the energy that was going on in the Twin Cities really shifted after that first Monday night when we did that portal sailing. So at some point, we'll talk about the portals and dimensions of the new astral plane. So I'll stop introducing myself, and this may be our class for tonight. So maybe what we'll do is, Clyde, we'll have you call on people, since I don't know all the names there.
Okay, Deb, why don't you go first?
Okay. Well, hi, Clyde and Gentra and everybody on Zoom. And my body. Well, I had the blessing of having Gentra's hands on me every Wednesday for the past couple of years, so I'm feeling good. And I think that part of that is because I see Gentra every Wednesday. Otherwise, I'm happy to be here at your class. I wasn't quite sure what practical magic was, but I'm getting to know what it is now.
Okay.
Okay, how about Claudia?
Hi, everybody. I'm Claudia. I'm in southwestern Wisconsin, Mineral Point, actually. And how my body's feeling these days is that it's trying to get a lot stronger, because every winter I feel like I get weaker and less strong. And so I wasn't sure if I would be able to return to swimming every day in our little town. We have a fabulous swimming pool. And they did decide to open it later on in June. So I'm just every day eating sunshine and floating and swimming and being in the wind and the water and the air and the sun, and it's been wonderful. And I've been, doing energy work and practicing energy healing for nearly 30 years in my life. And during this time of COVID-19, I've been able to explore some fun new teachings and learnings and exploring different topics because of the ease of Zoom. I mean, it's amazing all the different ways we can connect with one another, and I'm loving it. And so I wasn't sure what practical magic was, but I was sure it would be fun because it's Clyde and Gentra. So yeah, so nice to see you again. It's been a while, and it's lovely to be a part of it. So thank you.
Mhm.
And then there's Nettie.
Hi, everyone. Well, I come to you from the desert where today it was 114 degrees.
Whoa.
So physically, my body, I believe I've had COVID. I was very, very sick in March, and one of my doctors agrees with me. So it was a long haul. I'm on the backside, although some of the symptoms really persist. What they say about kind of long-term recovery is true. One of the things that I was really hit with was terrible fatigue and weakness, especially in my legs. So I walk every morning very early, 5:30, to beat the heat. And then I have a bionic hip, so my balance was pretty off. I do Tai Chi. In fact, I'm studying to be a Tai Chi Sifu. And like you, I was, it's Claudia, right? Swimming?
Yeah.
I was swimming a lot, and then they closed our pools here. So, and swimming is actually quite wonderful, but I'm not able to do it. I wake up most mornings really vibrating like crazy. My whole body is vibrating, and that dissipates as the morning goes on. But it's a weird feeling to me. Not very keen on it, frankly. It's a little unsettling. I try to roll with it, but it's puzzling also for me. So very familiar with practical magic, and I'm really happy to be here and actually going through it again, and learning never stops. So I'm really happy to be here.
Okay, let's go to Cindy. Cindy, are you there? Oh,
She doesn't have her audio on.
There you go.
I'm not hearing your audio.
So I thought I was muted, but I wasn't. Anyway, hello, I'm Cindy Hilmo. I'm here in Minneapolis. And interestingly enough, I've recently had a major surgery, and oddly enough, my body feels probably better than it did beforehand. I just think that's sort of odd, but then maybe the remedy was, maybe I was feeling worse before because of what the problem was. But anyhow, I'm new to Gentra's and Clyde's sort of community. A friend of mine who's been a large part of it has introduced me to them, and that's been very nice. And I'm getting a lot of rest these days, and learning to listen to my body, to not push myself so hard. Yeah, and so I'm here at this class because I'm just sort of trying to dive into Gentra and Clyde's world and this community. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, and then Laura, are you there?
Here. Hi, everybody. I'm Laura. I'm in Little Canada. I first learned from Gentra, I don't know, maybe 9 years ago. I learned level 1 and level 2 at that time. And then I took a break and came back about a year and a half ago. I was part of Gentra's Monday night group, and I've been coming to Gentra's to continue learning and to help heal others. I have a few body issues, but I'm doing pretty well and hope to keep improving. Thank you.
Okay, and Janet?
There. I have it on mute because the mower is outside, but I think it's dissipated a little bit. But anyways, I'm Janet from Roseville, and I have kind of cyclical aches and pains in my, which I'd love to heal. And last week I felt really crappy, but starting Saturday, Sunday, I was starting to feel better again, and I just felt like my head was plugged up in kind of an odd way. Was it allergies? I don't know. Anyways, so I guess my hope is just not to have that again. That seems to have dissipated, but I was feeling crappy enough to call my chiropractor and make an appointment with her. But yeah, so and I just really like Gentra, so I want to hang out with her. And I'll do whatever. Practical magic, great. You know, I'll do that. So, and I feel like it's a really nice time. I have extra time during COVID, and it would be a really nice time to take a class with her and do healing work. So I'm a cranial sacral therapist, and I teach cranial sacral therapy. And so anything I can do to be more healed myself makes me a better teacher. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to the class.
Okay, Gentra, it's about 8:17 right now.
Okay,
So take it away.
I will. Welcome, everybody. And I love hanging out with you, too. Whoever said that, it's true. I think I'm lucky. I'm one of the most blessed people I know. Well, I'm the only person I really know deeply. And I love my life. I have people in it that are wonderful. And I'm happy most of the time. It's amazing to me that I think this is the best time in the world for us to be alive. This is a time where slowly we're becoming more and more powerful. And it's easier and easier for us to get out of our own way and to really affect things and change things in the world. And I kind of like the way the practical magic and the healing does that without having to take the center stage, you know. So I can pretend or actually believe that the portal sailing we did to calm the energies of the riot actually worked, and that I was part of that, and I was with a group of people that helped us. We all changed that. And I'm not seeing any evidence to the contrary. So I like the idea of being able to change the world and do that and change myself without all the limitations that used to be before the will was open. So I think that planet changing event really happened during the harmonic convergence. That's August 16th through 19th, 1989. And that's when I understand that the new energies allowing the will heart to be opened began to change. And our bodies, which had been completely damaged, you know, in our feminine side, in our yin side, in our emotional bodies, began to open up for healing and you know, I guess unfortunately in a way for us to re-experience our damage, because that re-experiencing can certainly be painful. Um, and so I was aware of that big change when it happened. And then December 14th, 1992, I was dancing in a showcase at the Minneapolis Convention Center, and that waltz, which was to the music of Barbara Mandrell, "My Love Has No Walls, No Ceiling, No Floors." That was the new energy that the Will Heart was opening to. And it started flowing and ebbing and rippling throughout the earth that night. And so I'm not so vain to think that I'm the only person that knows about the will opening. I think there are little pockets of us throughout the planet. I'm guessing 12, since 12 seems to be the master number of astrology and disciples, and thinking there's probably 12 little groups like ours that are looking at the world through new eyes and realize that we are and are more conscious about it. So Practical Magic will give you the support and the guts to reach out and help your fellow human with changing themselves and help you with changing yourselves. I think it was when the scientific world started talking about dark matter and dark energies, and this was probably 2000 something. Nova had a show called The Elegant Universe, and it talked about portals and dimensions. It's the first time that that was in the public sphere. So when you're talking about your human body is in at least 3 dimensions that our bodies live in, and you're in at least 25 dimensions, because each chakra is a different dimension. So I think we're living in at least 28 dimensions that I know of. And why I want you to know this material so badly or so much is this is like the driver's manual for your car. If you want to change anything in your body that you're not liking, or in your life you're not liking, this is the place to start with yourself, is these 25 chakras and the 3 dimensions. So I think we'll start with talking about the 3 dimensions. And I'm going to have Clyde put up this gorgeous little heart, star. It's purple. And it's a picture of the 5 energy bodies that he and I created, I don't know when, I think for another class. And it shows the 5 energy bodies being the physical body, the astral body, the etheric body, the core body, and the jewel body. Can you put that up, Clyde?
Wait a minute, I'm trying. Let me.
Okay. Well, these 5 energy bodies start below my feet. I know things are not 3-dimensional in the unseen world, but in our world they are. So if you imagined a part of your human body below your feet in a dimension that is so dark and so dense and so magnetic that this can't manifest on the physical planet. It manifests in that dimension. And
Now I
it
know
moves.
people can see it.
Yep,
Yeah.
I see it.
If
Okay.
anybody doesn't, let us know. So that dimension is so dark and magnetic and slow. And I think of it similarly to if somebody's building a skyscraper, how they dig 5 stories or more down into the earth to make that skyscraper solid and stable. So the first 8 chakras are below in this dark, magnetic, slow vibration, this low frequency vibration. And it starts with the first one being way, way with the core, the center of the earth. So we're actually one with the earth in our first chakra. And then I'll describe the 8. Well, the 8 briefly are: the second chakra is your soul purpose chakra, and the third one is safety and security. The fourth one is your heart and music chakra. Fifth is new DNA. Sixth is water. 7 is the grid, that all of us are somewhere on the grid in the planet. 8 is I am that I am. And so that's the first otherworldly dimension that we are part of. But like I said, not this dimension. So in this dimension, the third dimension, this is called, we are our physical body. This is where we can see our manifested body and what is going on with it. So the old chakra system, and I mean old, I'm talking about before the will heart opened, before we started evolving, we were only aware of chakras that were on our physical body. And the first one we talked about was the root chakra, and it was right on the floor of the pelvic bowl, between our anus and our genitals. That floor of that was the root chakra, and it was the place for existence, and it was red, and that was called chakra number 1. Now in the new chakra system, we're calling that chakra number 10. So if you add a 0 and a 1, you're still reducing the number and you're getting a 1. And of course, in our bodies, there's the sacral chakra. That's 12, 11. So that's the same as a 2, the second chakra. The third one was the solar plexus chakra. That's the place of the goddess, the place of eating and the place of breathing. The diaphragm is there. It's a really important power center of the feminine that has opened up so much in the last 27 years. So that is chakra 12, used to be number 3. And then 13 is the heart chakra, the place of relationships, the place of dreams, the place of creating new hopes, with our human inner kind. Or it used to be chakra 4. And then our throat is number 5, or the 15th chakra. And the third eye is 6 or 16. Well, no, 15. And then the top of our head was no longer the crown. We call it heaven's mysteries. So that our human body is in the part of us that is manifested. Okay, and then we have the chakras from 17 to 25 that are above our head. And they are very fast, and they're full of light, and they're full of movement, and they're very expanded. They're very opposite of the chakras that are under our feet. So they connect us with all kinds of realms of spirit and soul and God and galactic center and, all those spaces. And we very slowly built these chakras. I have kept a journal over the last 27 years, and I have probably 40 of them downstairs. And there are stories in those journals about who created what chakra when I knew, and how did we get these 5 energy bodies. Because the core body and the jewel body are brand new bodies we've created in just the last probably 20 years. I think the core body we created in about 2002. So the core body is, the home of the core body was the same as the first chakra. And the core body is our energy body, who's very close to keeping our body safe and secure and alive. It's full of our Akashic record. Our core body knows every lifetime we've been and what has happened to us throughout all time. It has a real grasp of the world around us. So if you think you're going to go to Kmart and you have a really bad feeling about that, even though you don't have a reason for having a bad feeling, I would say your core body went into Kmart and said there's something, so-and-so in aisle 10 spilled something you're dreadfully allergic to, don't go today. And I'm not saying you get that message as clearly as what I said, but it may be just that you have a bad feeling. So the core body is very important in helping us take care of ourselves and following our intuition. So that starts down there. And the jewel body starts in chakra 17. Chakra 17 is the first one on top of heaven's mysteries. And that is the place of oneness and the place of unity and the place of telepathy. And the jewel body doesn't really look like a body, but it is a piece of energy that can form whatever container you want to be one with. So your jewel body and your core body, you can send different places by your intention to send them different places. So say you want to find out how your grandchild is. You can send your jewel body with your mind to wherever they are, and you can feel how they're doing and what's going on with them. That's the jewel body is, if you are, you know, if somebody I am healing or somebody I care about goes through surgery, I might actually send my core body as well, because my core body will help me feel like I'm doing the best I can to keep them safe, because the core body is all about safety, and it will make them know they're truly not alone. There'll be a palatable presence I will be in that surgical procedure. So the core body is an important extension of who you are, your personality, your place in the world, and they're the two new energy bodies that are created to take care of you, to make you more powerful, to make you more open, to make you more conscious in the world of what it is you need and want. So those are the three dimensions that we're really connected to. Is the dimension where in 17 to 25, the energies are moving too fast for us to manifest our physical body like it does, and the one below us that things are moving too slow and too deep. So why don't I stop there and see if you have any, what do you think about all that? Any questions? How's that grab you? Does it make sense to you? Clyde's not going to call on you, so you don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
This is Janet Gentra.
Yeah.
And I just was drawn to your idea of the jewel body, because I feel like I can do that. You know, it's really with my kids, but that I can tune in with my kids. How really are they doing? Do I need to worry about them or not? And that's just interesting to me that that's a thing that the jewel body does, and that I don't know. When did the jewel body start? What year?
The core body started in 2002. I think the jewel body started in 2005 during the Fire the Grid. I don't know if you remember worldwide meditations for healing that was called, if you go to the website, it's called Fire the Grid. I still think it's up. We were meditating on quartz crystal and bringing quartz crystal light into the earth.
Because in 2005, my kids were 4 and 1. And I don't think I was doing it then, but as I, grew as a healer, I just would automatically do that. And I'm fascinated that that's, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had my kids earlier, like a normal person would have. Anyways, so I had my kids quite late.
You would have had fewer tools, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So very interesting.
Well, the jewel body also helps us know if the person talking to us is telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Does this feel, and our core body jumps in and registers her thought about that too. And the jewel body helps us. We can be one with the jewel body. Like when I send my jewel body to Japan to see if the nuclear waste is taken care of there. You know, when they had the nuclear waste, I still feel like it might be leaking. It still doesn't feel right to me in terms of taken care of and whatever. You know, so.
I also like its name. That's a great name. Jewel. I like that.
Well, thank you. When Clyde and I put together that track you're going to hopefully listen to help you learn about the bodies, back then we were calling it the Chrysalline body. And I wanted to change the name to make it more user-friendly or more fun. And I thought,
Yeah.
well, crystalline's a big
drawn.
word. It sounds kind of like spiritual something. And same with the core body. We used to call it the nether body. And there's a lot written about the nether world. And it's usually kind of creepy, you know, up
Yeah.
there, you know, and dark, creepy things. I thought, let's take it out of the dark and creepy. So we changed the name to the core body. That was a few years ago, I think.
So this is
Yeah.
Cindy. I have a question.
Yes.
So, Gentra, when you say, okay, so 10 through 16 are below us or they're within us?
They're within you, body.
Right. Okay. So just a minute ago, when you said something was below us is moving too slow.
I didn't say it
then-
was too slow.
Hmm?
It's not too slow. It's just slow.
Oh, okay, got it. That really makes a difference. I was like, okay, so what's the significance of 17 and 25 moving fast?
It's a different dimension.
Okay.
That part of our bodies, the 17th body is the one about unity and oneness.
Okay.
And the 18th one is spirit connection. We connect with the angels and dead people and whoever we want to connect with. 19 is the journeying chakra. That's actually the chakra, the dimension that the jewel body uses to be one with our grandchildren.
Right.
And the 20th is extended senses. The 21st is our soul connection. The 22nd is connection with the source. 23rd is our union chakra. 24th is the galactic center. And the 25th is our restoration chakra, or it's the chakra that aligns us so that all of our chakras can have us grow another step forward. So those parts of our energy bodies are moving so fast that we couldn't see them with our physical body that you're watching the video. And you can't see the core body either because it's there. It's below, it's moving too slow.
Now, I also sent out in an email the PDF file about the 25 chakras.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
right.
you can
We
read
got that.
more about
Right.
you there.
Thanks, Clyde.
Yeah.
Anybody else got a question or something they want to say about the 5 energy bodies?
Gentra, I'm just curious. This is Nettie.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. This is all new since the will opened.
Yes.
Other, I mean, do we think of other concepts about chakras being kind of behind? Because in other systems, there's still just these chakras that are related to our physical bodies, and then the crown chakra. So, that's a whole different way of. It's kind of old school. Then is that what we're saying?
That's the old school way. Yes.
Yeah, that's
I-
past.
I know there's White Eagle, and a couple other teachers also they've come up with extended chakra systems, and unfortunately they're not willing to share them with me unless I pay them big money. So I think she's got 33. So I happily sent her my list I said, well, I'm curious because I don't think I'm the end all be all. I thought, well, you've looked at it differently, or your guidance has told you it's different. What do you think? So it is what it is. People, you know.
Well, right, I was thinking about the Peruvian system. They just have 3 chakras. It's even fewer.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
Do you think they mean the core world and then this world and then the fast moving
no,
world?
just 3 in the body.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like the 3 hearts. It's similar.
yeah, it's really condensed. So I was just curious about that because
Yeah.
This really is much more expanded and many more options for how we can work with them, right? I mean,
Right. Yes.
the nifty
So
part.
all of a sudden we've got power to get to know ourselves better and to change our physical body. You know, so that makes our physical body tremendously important because these 25 chakras, the unseen, the core body and the jewel body, and all those chakras we can't see are very instrumental in helping our physical body be what she is and who she is. So if you're wondering what you need to do to further your spiritual growth or to further your happiness, looking at your spiritual body and changing something will change that reality. It's like a map for your, and that's also assuming that your physical body that you're seeing isn't just the only part of you, but it's right now the most important part because it's there for you to mess with. Last summer, our soul became one with every single cell of our physical body. I'll never forget that change. It was pretty wonderful. And so now our soul is very invested in our physical body becoming healthier and healthier. And so how can we do that? And what do we need to do? Now gives us all these expanded options for figuring that out.
And it's about 8:42.
Thank you, Clyde. Well, I hesitated when I've taught this in different venues, in different classes. Sometimes what I've done is I've sung the chakras, all 25 of them, to the group. And I might close with doing that. But let's talk about a little bit what you would use each chakra for. I know you've got the list in front of you because Clyde sent that out. So you realize that this makes the process of dying much more complicated than it was. You know, all of a sudden you've got your body's stuck in 25 different dimensions. You're not just going to take your physical body out of the picture. You've got all these energy bodies. So I think that, if you're talking about the foundation chakra, you're one with the earth, and the earth is so alive and so aware of us and our, number one partner in evolution. And if we want to evolve, the earth wants us to evolve. I've been looking at things most of my healing life in terms of 3 hearts. We have this heart right here, which in the old days was a combination of the crown chakra, the third eye, and then the throat chakra. Then we had this middle heart, which is a combination of our throat, our middle heart, and our solar plexus. Then we had the seat of chi, or the will heart, which was a combination of the root and the sacrum and the solar plexus. We had those 3 hearts. We also have 3 hearts in the unseen, where the earth and the moon and the planets and the stars are the same as our core world, where everything moves, like that magnet, like everything's dark and moves slowly. But God and Goddess and the source and the love that flows from that moves really fast and really wonderful is the same as the third heart, the spirit heart. So we are always in that section. So when we're one with the earth is the deep oneness that our foundation chakras with. The 24th chakra, which is what they call galactic center, is the same as like the source within the source, the eye within the eye, the deepest part of the Kabbalic teaching, of wisdom and expansion, incarnate. It's really amazing. So the whole 24th chakra, we had a huge energy change in that this last week. Dave, who is one of the people I'm working with, was struck by lightning 25 years ago. And so we were talking on the table, did he want me to vibrate out where the lightning struck and has a path through his body? Do we want to take that path all the way out? Or do we want to put that path in a place that galactic center could pour new love and new loving energies throughout the body? Do we want to add something? And he decided he wanted to add something. And so everybody can now, just by knowing about it, have constant love flowing through your body through galactic center, which is the 24th chakra. So you just have to think about it once. And that love, every time there's a new form of love or a new frequency that flows, it will flow to you from the 24th chakra. We have had so many new frequencies come to us in the last year. We've had, some of you've heard this, and I'm not going to spend time telling the stories, but we've had one wonderful miracle after another happen in this last year, where people should not have been healed of things and they were healed of things. So I know that is like the polar opposite of the foundation thing, where God and all of her glories, are up there, and all the new forms of love, and the foundation is one with the earth, and the earth who has nestled us and cared for us forever. Okay. Then, not a favorite chakra of mine for a long time was the soul purpose one, and I still struggle with that a little bit. The soul purpose one is really a place of no judgment for anybody. So you can take the worst axe murderer, child molester, and somebody will think that they are living their soul purpose, and that is part of, however they're destroying the will, that's part of our plan. And I still have trouble with that idea sometimes, and especially if I know personally somebody that's being hurt by somebody who's nasty, I have trouble with that. And the will's answer to that is forgive everybody everything. So the bottom chakras, the core world, the place where things are not moving very fast. That is, if you want the mantra that works in that, all 8 of those chakras, it's that forgive everybody everything. That's how you find peace for your own soul purpose and every mistake you've made and every wonderful thing you've done, and being proud enough to say, I am that. I was wonderful. That's from that second chakra. And the third chakra, safety and security. The core body keeps you safe and secure. I understand, and I can't say that I have any proof for this, that if somebody had decided to mug me and I'm walking downtown St. Paul, that person would be flat on their ass somewhere before I'd ever know that they were planning to mug me. And that would be my core body that would be defending me.
Oh.
So that's how much safety we have. And if, say, we're taking some nasty drug or, and there are side effects, the safety and security chakra has a drain in it that drains out the ones that are terribly hurtful for you. And then the fourth chakra, that's the one that is based on the physical heart. And so that's really expansive through music and dancing and just fluidity of, so this is the first place in the core world that there's any real kind of movement. The fifth chakra, that's new DNA, and that has really been lit up, like I said, in the last 3 days. So I'll be curious in 2 weeks if you can tell me where your new DNA is manifested in your bodies, because I believe it will. And 6 is the water chakra. And boy, every time I take a shower, I'm in the water portal. And I wash that manna right out of my hair, as they said in South Pacific. So that's a place of renewal, is, you walk into the shower in pain, set an intention to be out of pain when you walk out. And sometimes when I'm in the shower, I have an actual intention of being out of pain. And then I count between 1 and 25. I go through each chakra and tell myself that I want to be out of pain, and any kind of healing I need for chakra 1, I'll say the 1 and that will be. And then same, I'll go chakra 2, chakra 3, 4, 5. And say I don't remember that chakra 6 is the water chakra. That doesn't matter as much as knowing that these chakras are yours and you are going to change yourself. So you have the grid, that's chakra 7. So when somebody decides they're coming to me for healing, or coming to you for healing, they're changing where they are on the grid. Then they're changing what experiences come their way. So if you want a new job, you would go into a grid chakra. You would want to change. You don't want somebody to be president, you'd go into a grid chakra to move them around. Then there's I am that I am. And that's really God is the ground of my being. That I am, strictly because I exist, so powerful and so alive. And I'm a co-creator with God. And then there's the ninth chakra. That's the new chakra that's added to our human body. It is our feet. And we are one with the earth again. So we're grounded again, on our feet. And so if I have problems with my feet, then there's still something wrong with my relationship to the earth I need to take a look at. Because remember, our physical body is telling us what we need to focus on to go the next spiritual step. Then there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 Heaven's Mysteries I want to say something about. That's a great one if you don't know what the hell is going on, because that will let you know that the why, how come, what do I need to know that I'm not aware of? And you put yourself in a deep state of relaxation. You go into your physical heart and you enter all the unseen chakras through the physical heart. And you ask that question and you will get an answer. And then you've got 17, that's the unity and oneness. 18, the angels. 19, the journeying. 20, extended senses. 21, your soul, which is the same as talking to your body now, since your soul's one with your body. And 22, the source. 23, union's a really favorite of mine. If I want to be stronger than I am, I'll unify my body around strength in my knees or strength in my core. I will sharpen my intellect, by having all of my memories this lifetime become sharper, and I'll ask for that, the union. Then I connect with my core body. Then my core body has all the memories. So then I can move my core body up to be one with that union to provide the memories. I'm sure I could give you a dozen more examples of how to move all the chakras around. And again, I really want you to listen to that recording I made. It'll talk about how to enter each one. I compare our chakras to my grandfather's clock, you know, with inner workings and things that matter, that it's a mechanical way of looking at our energy field that I think works.
And it's 8:55.
Oh, well, any questions before I sing you the chakras off? No?
Nope.
Okay, here we go. So you can close your eyes and put your hand on your heart and your navel, and I'm going to sing you through, and we'll enter each of the 25 chakras. I start with my heart and breathe in my heart and will my awareness to go down to the center of the earth. I am one with the earth. I do not move. And somehow I cannot feel how the earth is separate from me. She is me and I am her, and those roots go so deep. And then I take to number 2 and see how I am singing my song, voicing my purpose, living my life as only I can do. And each person is exactly who she needs to be. And then I go one dimension up to the 3rd chakra, absolute safety and security. And I breathe absolute safety and security. I can always find that here and dispel my fear. And in chakra 4, I can let my heart dance, sing, play, enjoy the joys of my existence. And number 5 is a deep renewal, the change I'm wanting in my body. And I float to number 6 and let the water form into the shapes I need my body to be, to feel, to know. And visit number 7. Am I a tapestry? Am I a thread in the tapestry? Am I? Where am I? Am I standing with a being I adore? And number 8, I am that I am. There's no shame here. I can release all shame here. And take a deep breath and enter number 9. I'm walking on the earth, and I am releasing all that stops me from achieving balance, stability, swiftness. I can be strong, and that strength flows into 10, the root chakra, the place of my existence, the place where new life flows, the place that began the growth of all these chakras. It all started here. And 11, the place of sex, money. Oh, and my brain, my entire brain, the brain that knows what I don't even know I know. And solar plexus, the place where I nurture my body and nurture myself. It is the foundation of chakra 13, the place of dreams, the relationships of love. And then my voice in chakra 14, the place where I say, this is who I am. And chakra 15, the third eye, the eye that sees within the eye. And 16, heaven's mysteries. How come? All the difficult questions ask. And 17, where I know I belong. I am one. I am not alone. And 18, the place of spirit connection, the place to play with unseen friends. And 19, the journeying vehicle, where I go throughout the world, throughout this world and other worlds, extending my senses, using my 20th chakra to feel my core body, to feel my jewel body. And 22. Well, no, let's go to 21. My soul, which I am always one with my soul. 22. The source which has guided my decisions all my life. And 23, my union. And all the love of the 24th. Take a deep breath. And go into the extended chakra system. 21. And have the intention to really feel your core body and to feel your jewel body in a way you've never felt it before, and have that awareness growing all the time. And then you do a chakra zip up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now prepare for that change. So Clyde's going to send you the notes for Practical Magic. I've written some extended notes for you to get to know it. And we're going to talk next time again about objects and what kind of object freedom we have to move them around and to have them be where we'd like them to be. Okay. Now, I'm going to go into chakra number 18 and ask my core body and my jewel body to give each of you a hug. You can talk to my core body and jewel body anytime. Go into that journeying chakra 19 and say, I want to have a confab with that Gentra, and go into your heart and feel me. And I really encourage you to find and maybe even share what new things you found your chakras to have and know and give you the chance to experience. So this is our class. And why don't you, Clyde, call on each person. They may say anything they want or just say goodbye, and we'll
Okay,
leave with all blessings.
first Claudia, do you have any?
Oh, just a sweet level of peacefulness. Thank you. Have a good night. Take care.
Okay, Nettie,
Stay well, everyone. Good night.
how about Cindy?
Sweet dreams, everyone.
And Janet?
Blessings to everyone.
And Laura?
I'm very relaxed. Thank you. See you again.
Okay, I think I covered everybody.
Forgot Deb.
Deborah.
Deb, are you there?
Deborah, your mute's on. Deborah, your mute is still on.
Oh, wow.
Can you unmute her? Clyde?
Yeah.
Can
Deb,
you
can you unmute?
Can you unmute her?
Not on my end right now.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow or the next day.
Right.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Rest. Bye.